Hello everyone, welcome to Toad TV. I am Mary Beth.
I am Helen.
We are the creative hands and minds behind Toad Hollow. And this is take 2 because I let the dogs in and did not give them a treat when they came in the front door.
You dare.
The stink eye that we were getting from Ivy, I had to get up and go get her something because, oh my God, she was cursing us out.
She was not going to let us continue.
Now she is lying very happily on her bed.
Right.
It's all
Having
I
got
needed to
what
do.
she wanted.
It's all we
Like
needed.
any spoiled little brat.
So spoiled. Anyway, today is Tuesday, November 5th. We are going to vote. It's election day. We're going to go vote once my mom gets up. We're all 3 going together. So go vote if you haven't. So today we are going to be talking about back to school projects. For those of you that haven't been here before, in September we got together with a friend of ours and decided that to get our Creative Mojo kickstarted again, we were going to do a back to school project thing. We picked 5 classes, had projects that had to go with them. They had to fit in different categories, like one had to be hand sewn, one had to be machine sewn, one had to be cross stitched, one knitted or crocheted, something with yarn,
with wool.
And then the 5th one was an elective and you could do what you chose. So we are each going to be showing, I have 2 that are in, have had some progress made on them. I have one that is finished that I showed the last time, and then I have 2 that are just kind of languishing right now.
If we're going pass fail, I'm good.
Yeah.
I've passed. I've got 3 completed projects. 1 more that I will probably finish, and 1 that I will not.
Okay.
More than likely. I could surprise myself, but I highly doubt it. So I have 2 completed ones to show today, and then 1 issues.
Okay.
However,
shall we
the issues have
start?
been resolved. So
Shall we start with the epic finish?
sure. Which is the epic finish?
The quilt.
My hand sewing class was to finish my rosemary quilt, and the top was done. It was a part English paper piecing, part machine piecing quilt, and I had finished the top several months ago, and I decided that for this back to school I was going to hand quilt it and then hand quilt it and put the binding on. That was my project. So I finished hand quilting it. I put the binding on, and here is the finished product.
So do you want to tell them who the rosemary quilt is by?
It's by Tales of Cloth, Jody from Tales of Cloth. She designed my mandolin quilt. That is my next
Epic hand stitching?
Is my next thing on the reserve to get done.
Are you going to hand stitch that one too?
I haven't come down on that yet, probably.
Okay.
Probably. Because, well, when I first started hand stitching the rosemary, I thought it was going to not take very long because, as you can see from the video, all I did was put an X in the plain squares or blocks, and then I just outlined the rosemary flowers. So I really didn't think it was going to take very long. Story
Everything
of my
always
life.
takes longer than you expect.
This took way longer than I thought. I was not enjoying it at all. I did not have a very good thimble, and I knew I was using the wrong needles.
Okay.
So I researched which needles to use, and I read a blog post by Susie Quilts, and she suggested the Clover Goldeneye embroidery needles, and that you could get a pack that's size number 3 to number 9, so that you can test different sizes, see which size works for you. I went with the middle size, and it's what I had been using was the needles I use for English paper piecing, which are very thin, pliable needles.
Right.
These are longer, thicker, much bigger eye for threading purposes, and just a much sturdier needle all told. And I got the Clover leather thimble to use, and everything went so much faster and much more enjoyable.
Right.
So, and I was using Aurifil 50 weight thread that we had. I had, you can see from the quilt that I had several different colors of thread. I tried to match the threads to the blocks. So I was just going back and forth on our Aurifil threads. So I will hand quilt my mandolin now that I have the right pieces, tools, and know that I enjoy doing it.
Right.
So
do you think that you are going to do, you were talking about doing a design like ants crawling across it?
I don't think I'm going to get that fancy.
Okay.
I have to look at it. I have to lay it out and look at it. I think the mandolins themselves, I'm just going to outline each mandolin, kind of thing. But I really have to take a look at it and decide what I want to do.
Okay.
I've gotten to the point of deciding that I want to hand quilt it.
All right. Well, that's a huge step.
Because I thought about sending it to a quilter, because we found a store in New Jersey that we can drop our quilts off. That's fairly close to us. But I kind of think I want to take that one start to finish.
Okay. All right. I think that makes sense. Also, with the EPP aspect of it and everything, for me, I would be worried about them doing something that might rip the pieces apart.
Yeah, I
don't think that would happen. I really don't.
Yeah, and I mean,
they're professionals.
They are professionals.
But this is like that niggling
Yeah,
doubt
yeah.
in my mind, and it's more on, did I sew it tightly enough, because sewing by hand is not nearly as strong as sewing with a sewing machine.
Right.
So it's not them, it's me.
Having just done the rosemary, though, I didn't have any issues with the EPP parts of it. And as we will discuss later on, when I hand sew, it seems that I do it with a death grip.
Okay. All right. Okay. What is your other finished project?
You guys ready?
Oh my God. He is just so cute.
This is Horatio the donkey. He is from the book Moosh and Friends by Cynthia Valet. She is the designer of my Sori and Sadie mouse and bunny that I had done. So when I chose Horatio, I thought he was going to be along that size, and those did not take me terribly long to do. Horatio is double the size of them.
Easily.
He's a broad dude.
He is. He does not skip shoulder day.
No, not at all.
He has got some broad shoulders going.
And this is not the stuffing of it. That's just the design. He's a broad-shouldered dude.
Yeah.
His overalls just kill me. His overalls have 5 pockets. 2 here, a front bib pocket, and 2 back pockets. Very well designed. Hole for the tail. I was just going to sew the straps to the bib, but then I thought, just do it right.
Right.
Put the buttons on.
We have tiny buttons.
Yeah,
so.
I have more than enough buttons. I'm really glad I did. So this is Horatio.
He's so
I
cool.
used fingering scraps that we had lying around. I probably, if I had had enough, would have done him in this color. But I really kind of like him in the variegated.
I think that's Hello Neighbor.
Is that what that is?
I think it might be.
That makes sense.
I'm looking at it, and
Yeah.
I think it's Hello Neighbor. He's fantastic. He really is.
This is Horatio.
Very, very cool.
I embroidered his eyes, which is what she calls for. She doesn't do her patterns don't do, she gives you the option, but she gives you the placement where to embroider the eyes and the mouth. So he's just fantastic.
He is. He's very, very good. All right. All right. My first project that I've been working on is my cross stitch. And I am doing this from a book called Cross Stitch for the Earth by Stitchrovia. That is what it looks like. So I decided to do enjoy the little things, or enjoy all the little things. When I was doing it, I was going with the sentiment of, you know, enjoy every bit of your life, all the little things, not so much all the little things are bugs. But this is where I am with it right now.
It's fantastic.
So I am really, really close to being done. I have a bug that comes up here, a bug that is going to come around the top there. There's the other half of this butterfly, and then there's the top of the little red bug, and this little gold piece here is going to go up into a green bug. So I have about 3.5 bugs left to do, and then I'm finished.
And you've been doing your back stitching.
I have been doing all the back stitching as I went along. I had to take out a couple of places. The spider, I placed him all wrong. His body was all twisted, so I had to fix him. The letters for little, I had done L-I-T and then the bottom part of the second T, and I thought for some reason that was the E, so I finished it for the E and realized that I now had L-I-T-E, not
enjoy
little.
the light things.
So I had to take that out and fix it up. So that took a little bit of time, but not a tremendous amount of time. It's just pay attention while you're cross stitching, because otherwise you make mistakes. But that's where it is so far. I love this. I absolutely love this. It's the perfect size to put in like a 7-inch or a 10-inch hoop, and I'm just going to hang it on the wall. I'm going to put it in a hoop and hang it on the wall because I think it was made to do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm really, this one will definitely get done before the end. I just really love it. And honestly, things was just little lines to begin with, and then the back stitching is what turned it into the words.
Oh, okay.
So
that's kind of cool.
It was. It's really cool to see.
I see. Okay.
Even though they're all creepy crawly bugs, they're really lots of fun to stitch.
I love the mouse on the toadstool.
Oh yeah,
that's just fantastic.
But they're so much fun to stitch. All the little bugs.
Does the bird have a worm?
He does.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I've got slugs and snails and spiders and beetles and all sorts of
the colors are gorgeous, and we should enjoy them. They all have a purpose.
The one that is coming up here is going to be a millipede that's in black and yellow. Well, I've got a centipede down here, this red one down here, so he's got to have a friend. So yeah, no, by the next time I show this, it should be finished, but I love it. I really, really love it. And I'm very excited for it to go up on my wall.
My cross stitch is the one that I'm probably not going to finish. This is my cross stitch. It's from the same book. And it's The Earth Has Music, for those who listen. It's a Shakespeare quote, as you can, just reading to you from the screen. The last time I showed this, I'm pretty sure I had finished the first page. It's split into 4 pages, the pattern. So I went on to the second page, and I was moving right along. I did the bird and the branches, this bird over here, and then I'm like, oh, I'll just do the letters because the letters go so quickly. And I did the H, the T, and then the R, and the E and the A, which you'll notice are no longer there, were part of the first page. The A was all the way down here, and I finished the R, and the A is all the way down here. And the E was as well. Which one's wrong? And I had started the E in the wrong place. I had started it about here, and I was supposed to start it up here. And I tried living with it for a couple days, and it was too far off.
Yeah.
It was obvious that something had gone drastically wrong. And then I thought about just taking out the A and moving the A up so that it kind of was more of a slant than it's meant to be. But then the A wouldn't be in the right place, and I was worried that if I did that, I wasn't going to like it.
Right.
That it still wasn't going to work, and then I was going to have to take the A out again and the E. So I decided to do it right, take both of them out. 4 days later, I finally got them all the stitches out. I do have a video showing me starting it, so you can see how big the E and the A were. I said to Mary Beth, after this process, I feel much better about my stitches because they're not going anywhere ever.
Those babies are there to
put
stay.
those stitches in to stand the test of time. I was working with the needle to pull the stitches up so I could snip each stitch one by one. I had my snips and a pair of tweezers. I cannot believe how long it took to take them out. I mean, I'm glad I did it.
The E is big. It had a lot of stitches in
you
it.
can see.
It's beautiful.
It is. I love it. When I was taking the stitches out, I was thinking, would it be faster just to start the whole damn thing over again? But I think I can adjust everything else going forward.
Okay.
Based on just starting from where, just making sure everything matches up on this row here.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay.
So fixing cross stitch.
Very cool. Yeah, we both spent quite a bit of time doing that. All right, my last project that I'm working on is my Halloween quilt. I am working on the Spooky Shelfie quilt pattern. This was a quilt kit that I got. And all the fabric is in it. All the instructions are there. They're great instructions. I love doing this kind of quilting. So I have...
That was a Riley Blake too, right?
It is, yes.
Because mine's a Riley Blake and they do very good pattern.
Yeah, this is from the Polka Dot Chair, is the one who created this, designed it.
Oh, she's the one I went a little crazy with her patterns.
Yes. All right, I don't know whether I showed the medium pumpkins the last time. I have 3 medium pumpkins. So this time period, I have been working on pumpkins. So I have 3 different, UPS is here. The dogs are about to go insane. Pumpkins. And then I also have a tall pumpkin and 3 small pumpkins. So I'm pretty sure that now I'm done all the pumpkins.
Okay, so what else is left?
I have a couple of blocks of books to finish. I have a couple of book blocks to finish. And then I'm going to go into witches' hats, cauldrons, brooms, fun stuff like that. So now, there's some jars that need to be done.
Now that Halloween is over, are you still interested in finishing it?
Yes.
Or
Oh, absolutely. I am going to finish this before I start another one.
Okay.
So I want to get it done as soon as possible. My mom gave me for my birthday another quilt kit that may be being delivered right now by UPS. It was I was waiting and waiting for it to come. It's a block of the month pattern. It's going to be so pretty.
That starts this month.
That starts this month, and I was waiting and waiting, and finally I got in touch with them and I said, hey, I don't mean to push or anything, but I ordered this a couple of weeks ago and I'm wondering, when it's coming. And they sent me back this really apologetic email that somehow it had slipped through the cracks. And I said to them, look, don't worry, we have a small business. I understand these things happen, you know, and it's fine.
Right.
But they expedited shipping, so it was going to get here very quickly. So it may be here today. It's either today or tomorrow that it's coming.
I will put a picture of it here.
Okay.
What the pattern is.
But I absolutely love this quilt. So I want to finish this and get it done because I'm just having such a good time doing it that I don't want to stop.
Okay. Well, I mean, sometimes you get really, really excited because you're in the season and that
Right.
kind of thing. And it's like, well, no, now I want to put it aside because
I want to do Christmas quilts.
Christmas is here.
No, I think I am going to be continuing with this and finish it up because I really, I love it. I absolutely love it.
Okay. My quilt that I'm working on is the Art Journal In the Wings quilt. This is all applique. All the bugs and everything is applique. And last time I had the leaf and the wings blocks done. So all I've gotten done since then is the conch shell or the snail shell. I have the ladybugs pattern all out for me to start working on. And I have managed to leave all the really complicated stuff for my last ones. But this is, because I thought this one was going to be a piece of cake. And then I read that, you know, I need to hand stitch in all the details.
So you couldn't do that on the machine. It had to be hand stitched?
No, they said to use because they wanted the 2 threads of DMC.
Okay.
To get the definition of it.
Okay, so I mean, if that's what the instructions are, then that's what you do.
So this is, you cut this shape out and applique it to the block, and then I had to go in and hand stitch all this. So that was an afternoon doing this block that I thought, well, at least I can get 2 blocks when we went up that day. But this one's done.
Did you enjoy it?
Oh yeah, I had my book going, and I have a light box so that I can transfer all the lines, no problem. So it was just a whole bunch of back stitching, and I don't mind hand stitching.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I was watching Max, he's 8 years old and he just had his first show on New York Fashion Week. He is the youngest person to show at New York Fashion Week. And
he does like the puffer coats and everything.
Yeah, he did a whole thing.
Okay.
But he had one design that it was a light box design so that all the pieces, he had them showing up through his light box.
Okay.
And he was cutting it out. He didn't cut out the pattern like on paper or anything like that.
It's
He
like
didn't
a
trace
digital
the
light
pattern.
box? Okay.
It's a digital light box that he then, it just went onto the pattern and he cut it right out of the pattern.
Wow.
Of the fabric. He has way more confidence in his skills than I do. And he's got
better toys than you do too.
Yeah, but just whipping along with the cutter, you know, the roller.
He was doing with the rotary?
Rotary cutter. He was just cutting it out with the rotary cutter and it just whipping right along. He has so much more experience doing it than I do because he's made an entire collection for Fashion Week.
Right.
And he's done the Denver fashion
He's 8
show.
years old.
He's 8 years old. He told his parents when he was 4 he was going to be a fashion designer and they said, okay. And then they let him go.
Okay.
And he's been doing it ever since. And his clothes are actually beautiful.
Yeah.
They're really, really pretty. He has a very whimsical touch that I love. But, yeah, no, it was interesting to see because I'm like, oh, I've never seen anybody do it where they're actually cutting out the template
based on projection.
Not using paper or patterns at all. They're just projecting it on and cutting it out.
I mean, it's very
eco-friendly and way of the future. But yeah.
Okay, so my remaining blocks on this are very intricate. because each of these little pieces are all like, I mean, the eyes of the ladybug, they're 3 pieces. Just one little circle comes put together with 3 pieces. So,
yeah.
It will be fine.
Take your time,
Yeah.
and I love that the bee has spats. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a cool finished product.
Yeah.
That it'll be worth it. I just need, I really want to like take a big chunk of time and get a bunch of them done.
That is what I would like to do. I would
Rather
like
than
to
just doing the little piecemeal that I've been doing so far.
I would like to take some time and go upstairs and just give it a block
Right.
of time to work
Like a
on.
day.
Yeah.
Or
Maybe
at least
Sunday and Monday.
a couple hours. So, life generally doesn't work that way. So I will take it as I can. But,
Cool.
in the wings. So hopefully that one will be done for schoolwork.
In 2 weeks. 3 weeks? 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Well, I wanted, because I do want to do Christmas quilts. So, and Christmas projects.
Yeah.
So I need to
We need to get on it.
get this done.
Yep. All right. I think that is just about it. That is our back to school projects. So we will be back next Tuesday. We are going to be looking at what we want to knit this winter
Right.
and what yarn colors we think should go with the projects that we want to knit this winter. So that's going to be next Tuesday.
Right.
We will be live on Friday at noon Eastern Standard Time. If you can join us for your lunch break or whatever, if you'd like to come, please do. I have no idea what we're talking about this week, but
We'll come up with something.
we'll come up with something.
Patrons, we have scheduled the knit night and the book club. So those are both up in Patreon. And we've got those coming up in the next couple of weeks as well.
So we hope you're going to be able to join us over there.
Yeah.
All right. Links are down below if you would like to find the Patreon page, and links to all the projects that we talked about.
Yes.
Okay.
And as always, if you haven't subscribed yet and you would like to, please do so. Help like and comment. It helps us with, the YouTube algorithm, which is always fun.
Also, we've
gaining followers, which is we like to do.
Yeah, we've gotten quite a few people who said that we showed up on their For You page, and that's because people are interacting with us and liking and commenting and that kind of thing. So it puts us in front of more people, which is wonderful.
Yes.
We like that. Thank you very much. All right. Thank you to everybody who came in and bought the advent calendars. They are all gone. So there are no more. The last of them went out. We sent them out immediately. They are done. I do not have to worry about them. And we did not even keep one for ourselves.
No, they all went.
They all went.
The Foxes, which was the Hugo's Choice yarn where we're donating to the Monmouth County SPCA. We made a very nice donation today for that. Thank you very much. Most of those have gone out. I think we have 2 orders that we're dying this week for, and they will go out the beginning of next week.
Yeah, they may go out Saturday,
Depends
depending
on
on
when
whether
dries.
they dry or not.
Yeah.
But we are dyeing tomorrow, so they are going to be done tomorrow, and then the drying process starts.
Right.
The Fox is now whatever is left over is what's available.
Right.
So it is not open for pre-order anymore.
I mean, I know we do have some in sock, DK, and sweater. So there is some available in the shop.
But just go check and see. But if you need any more, get in touch with us and we'll let you know if there's space on the dye schedule.
And that goes for all colors.
Yeah.
If you guys see a color and it's sold out or it's not in the base that you want, please feel free to contact us. The worst that happens is we say, no, I hate that color. I'm never dyeing it again.
Or, no, I'm really sorry. The dye schedule is full. And
Or we can do it, in 2 or 3 weeks.
Right.
So there's very few things that we will not dye.
Right. Okay. All right. I think that is just about it.
Yes.
So we hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the week.
Go forth and vote and create.
And we will see you on Friday for our live video. And then next Tuesday for our regularly scheduled program.
Right.
Bye.
Bye.